I'm definitely struck by this whole notion that this pain that doesn't go away is indeed a pain that comes from this limited human walk, and this sense that also that we're unlimited, and feeling like there's truth in that makes sense to me. And if I look back at my life experience and think about all the ways that I guess tried to heal that pain or understand the limitlessness, and that somehow I'm still in the same stew pot
right.
all this time. So
you could say that's what the basis of the kind of awakening that happens in waking down is living as that wound. That's what's meant by second birth. And it's not only pain. That's why pain is like the registration usually of it in the body and in the psyche. I mean, in the psyche, in the heart, you could say, in the feeling sense, is pain. It's more like a rawness in itself when it's lived. That word core wound, the actual experience that it points to is not simply pain. But because it's avoided, it's experienced as pain. The actual experience is more, from my perspective, more like kind of the essential rawness or an essential sensitivity. Yeah. And it's vulnerable. It's a vulnerableness. No buffer. So, the reason that we're not feeling it all the time, or the reason that we're, put it this way, the thing that keeps us from it, is that it doesn't feel safe enough to allow ourselves to feel that vulnerable, that raw. So there's really nothing wrong with the fact that we're not living as that rawness when we aren't. You could say that the thing of living as it, dropping into it, there's language that we have around it, like, for instance, one phrase, the rot. And what that's trying to convey is that there is actually, it's not willed that we decide to live this way. It's more that life is beginning, life is always in the process of trying to get us to feel this and be this. And we're constantly trying to distance ourselves from it. And there's all kinds of things that we do to distract ourselves from it, and all kinds of things that we do to numb ourselves to it. And it's not as though one just decides, okay, I'm going to stop doing that. It's more that the ways in which we numb ourselves and the ways in which we distract ourselves don't work anymore. They start to, they're not as effective anymore. So that's when the reading of the teachings and hearing about it makes sense. Because not that many people are drawn to this teaching. It's, it's waking down. Yeah, it's not that popular. We're talking about living as existential pain. It doesn't really...
It doesn't sound very appealing.
No, it doesn't sound very appealing, exactly. So, in a way, it isn't something that you would sign up for. It's just something that it begins to seem so true that you can't avoid it anymore. The transmission in this work. Just being around, sitting in it, that actually quickens it. So the rot gets quickened through this. But if you're attracted at all, it's because this already makes sense to you at some level. Because it really is describing life and the journey stripped of the hope of,
Some redemption or...
exactly. Stripped of the hope of redemption. Yeah. Stripped of relief. That's the irony, great relief. The irony is the relief comes through giving up hope altogether. It's not really relief in the usual way we think of it. It's more that we actually are no longer struggling with the facts of existence. And I would add to that that the acceptance and the relaxation includes tension and doubt. So it's not an acceptance that negates rejection. That's the paradox there. That's the other side.